Well, good evening. It's Thursday, July 8th, and today's word is vulnerability. Now, vulnerability is something that none of us wants to experience because vulnerability, or the quality of being vulnerable, means that we're open to attack. We risk people finding out who we really are. Some of us, in fact, all of us really, have those little secrets that no one knows about, and we want to keep it that way. But may I propose this to you? When you refuse to be vulnerable, number one, you're not being your authentic self. You're faking life. And the last thing that any of us really should be doing is faking life because, quite honestly, we don't have a lot of time on this planet and we need to live it out, full out. The other thing that happens is when we refuse to be vulnerable, we shield ourselves from others so that people really cannot get to know us. And when people don't get to know who we really are, they don't see us as authentic, and it causes them not to be authentic or truthful with us. So, may I ask that you consider vulnerability, that you would consider taking that risk, that you would consider letting someone know when you're hurting emotionally, or letting them know without constantly whining and complaining when you're hurting physically, letting them know when you're sad about something. It's important because when we do that, we open ourselves up to new relationships and to comfort that we might never have really known about. The other thing that we do when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable is that we open ourselves to new experiences in learning. We learn about other cultures. We learn about how people do things. We might even learn to go salsa dancing. One never knows. But being vulnerable is the thing that really helps keep us alive. It's the vulnerability that adds the wow value to our lives. Sometimes, yes, it's inconvenient and we don't want people to see us that way. But I have personally made the decision that sometimes, yes, I'm going to open my door to you when my apartment is a mess. Yes, I'm going to speak to you and tell you when my knees or my hips or my ankles or any one of the other joints is bothering me a bit so that I can't pursue something that I would normally pursue. You need to know who I am authentically, and I need to know who you are authentically. And everyone that we come in contact with needs to know, not to the point of TMI, but needs to know a bit about where we are vulnerable, because it is when they know our vulnerabilities that they can extend us grace and kindness.